Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. It is a new week in the world of Destiny, and with that comes a brand new Challenge of the Elders. The Challenge of Elders, of course, is made up of 3 rounds of bosses, and we get 3 of those bosses every week from a selection of 8. First, let's take a look at this week's modifier, which is Grenade Kill Bonus. That means you get bonus points in the Challenge of the Elders for getting grenade kills. And since it's a lot easier to control grenade kills versus, say, precision kills where you might accidentally kill them on the body, we were able to get pretty high scores each time we played through. As you can see here, our high score was 51,895. Now we were really going for 45,000, simply so we can finish the scorecard in only 2 runs. Now of course this did take a little extra time, and Varix did start taking points away, but it wasn't enough to really matter. The first round is against Psylocke the Defiled, the same boss that was in the second round of last week. He behaves exactly like a Taken Knight, except for this fire he spits at you leaves a pool of fire. Next is a brand new boss. His name is Val Aruun, and this is the first time we see actual mechanics for having to defeat a boss. This reminded me a lot of the Court of Oryx. He has 3 flare-like scions around him, and you have to kill the one with the matching shield before you can do damage on the boss. Once you get the hang of things, it's not terribly complicated, but it's still nice to have a little variety in the gameplay. And next we have the Seditious Mind, which is essentially a giant Hydra. This encounter was also pretty simple. The only thing he really does to you is to form an area of effect attack, similar to the way you fight Oryx in the story mission Regicide. There's a pretty long lead time for that area of effect attack, so you basically just have to get out of the way. Now the active modifier for this week is Catapult, which significantly increases your grenade recharge, which is perfect since we have a grenade kill bonus. Now the class that's going to have the absolute easiest time with this, not to mention the most fun, is going to be the new and improved Voidwalker Warlock. And all I really recommend are going to be scatter grenades and choosing the Hunger, as well as Embrace the Void. You can perfectly pair that with the Nothing Manacles, which helps your scatter grenades seek their targets, and you get an extra scatter grenade charge. Now of course the big change to Voidwalkers is that they made energy drain last shorter, but its effects are a lot more intense. So once you trigger energy drain, you can pretty much have a new grenade as soon as you're done with the animation of the old one. I could literally throw a grenade every 2 seconds. The Sunbreaker can also have a good time using Simmering Flames on the Sunbreaker subclass, which make it so when your super energy is full, grenade and melee abilities recharge twice as fast. I would recommend combining this with a Maximum Discipline build and the Armamentarium exotic. You're not going to be as insane as a Voidwalker, but it's not too bad. With my Hunter, I ended up going with Blade Dancer and using the Tarantella to help my grenades recharge faster, and I landed on using the skip grenades for most of the time. I've also heard of some people doing pretty well with the Lucky Raspberry and the Arc Bolt grenade. So go ahead and try a few things out and see how you feel. Another build I played around with for a little bit was a Gunslinger with Tripmine grenades and Young Ahamkara Spine. Although the only issue I ran across was having an inability to get more than 1 target at a time. From my 3 characters, I happened to bag the Lethe Noblesse Scout Rifle, which is a high-impact scout rifle with fantastic statistics. But the perks on mine were Who's Next and Underdog, which are both perks that are not very useful on a scout rifle. So I ported right into my beloved Devil You Know. Next, I got the Queen's Choice Sidearm, which is essentially the same thing as the Vestian Dynasty from Year 1. This actually has some pretty good perks on it, including Zen Moment and Spray and Play, but it can't surpass the usefulness of my new tool of destruction, which is the Party Crasher +1. The one I have has full auto and replenish, and it's the most versatile shotgun I've ever used. And finally, I got the machine gun Bane of the Taken. And despite it making great infusion fuel, I'm actually going to hold on to this simply because I've been wanting a good Void machine gun for a long time. And this one definitely packs a punch. It's probably got the highest impact and the lowest rate of fire I've ever seen in a machine gun. Overall, I think Challenge of the Elders has been proving to be pretty fun. I like that it forces you to try out different builds and have different gear sets for different situations. and the game's new smart loot system and the 1-to-1 infusion will help in building those builds. What are your thoughts on this week's challenge of the Elders? Leave them in the comments below. Drop a like if you can, and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time.